So yeah, welcome everybody. Hope you're all keeping safe and you're all well. So today we are here to discuss 10 reasons why babies cry and how you can stop them doing so. So as new parents, we all are used to our babies crying, but still can't get enough or get sleep or can't be okay, or we can't get any respite because of the crying, and we definitely, as new parents, it really kills us if we can't stop them crying. So here I would like to discuss, as a new parent, the things we learned, the basic things that you need to know why your baby's crying. These things might help you along to maybe my little experience can help you out calming your little one. So here we go. So the number 1, 2, 3, the first 4 reasons are the main reasons basically why I faced my little son crying when he was from a newborn to 6 months, I guess. Then it starts becoming a little bit more common, but these are basically those things. So number 1, one of the most commonest reasons for why baby cry is that because of wet diaper. Usually diapers, we all know, most of us have to, as new parents, we all have to put diapers, or none of us keep our babies without diapers, because of their own good. Because if you don't keep diapers, then not only will your kid wet the bed or poop in the bed, or basically they might catch a cold from wetting the bed. So diaper is a must, and I never took a risk with my baby. Just for 4 or 5 days he was without diaper, and then after his navel fell off, or his umbilical cord string fell off, that's when we started using diapers immediately. So first thing, which is really basic, but still we could not detect it at first, was because when our baby's diaper used to get fully wet, obviously it's an air conditioned room, his diaper would get very cold and his whole private region would get cold. So he used to cry like crazy. So at first we used to get really nervous. We were like panicking all the time. And then the first thing you need to do is obviously check their diapers. You gotta check if they pooped or they wet the diapers, because obviously you've got to clean it up immediately. And make sure when you clean it up, you definitely take away the excess poop or the piss or the urine, so that there is no stench, because obviously you don't want the baby still having some leftover parts of defecation in their private area, and you don't want your baby to stink in that private place as well. And always keep the diaper region totally dry, so they don't have any rashes or anything, because a wet private part leads to a lot of rashes. So yeah, please do keep that in mind. And it's one of the main reasons why our kids cry when they're really young. I mean, when they're newborn to 6 months, it's because of wet diapers and diaper rashes if you don't take care of them well. So to prevent diaper rash, obviously you have to choose the proper set of diaper that fits your kid, fits your baby. Because luckily we got our diaper that was suitable for our son at the age of 3 months. So that's okay, because by 3 we tried all the diapers there, and we decided that on the one that gave him the least rashes. So yeah, on our third try it was all good. So yeah, wet diapers is definitely the first reason, one of the main reasons why babies cry. And to stop it, obviously you have to check their diapers and clean them up and replace them as much as possible. the more frequently you replace the diapers, the less chance there of them having rashes. And if you give some little space there and aerate it, so there will be less the rashes there as well. So yeah, that's about diapers. So number 2 reason why babies cry, the second reason is that obviously it's a no-brainer, because they're hungry. Usually in newborns or any baby from 3 to 6 months are not able to tell you that they're hungry. The only way they can do this is if they cry. So obviously if your kid is screaming their heads off, if your baby is screaming their lungs off, it could be there's a really possible, and you check their diaper and it's okay. So the second reason why they might be crying is because they're hungry as hell. You could just fix that by feeding them a bottle of baby formula, or just by telling mommy to feed them mother's milk, and you can just feed them as long as they're full. When they're done, they'll just tell you they're done by moving their mouth away from the bottle or just not taking it anymore. I'd recommend never to force feed your baby, because it might cause them to reflux, or reflux is sort of a vomit, but it's in a good way. But it's better not for them to reflux or give them excess milk, because it might come out the other way. So yeah, the second reason is obviously because they're hungry. So feed them milk or formula or whatever pasty solids or puree you make for baby food, or baby food you make for your child, give it to them. And about baby food, you can get a lot of information, or you can talk to your dietitian, your pediatrician, what would be best for your baby. So yeah, there goes number 2. Nothing much to discuss there, because it's basically hunger. One of the most basic reasons for babies, or any of us adults, cry or are pissed off or moaning about, is because we're hungry. Just feed your baby and they would be back to normal. So third reason why babies cry when they're mostly from from newborn to 6 months is because of simply because of their sleepiness. When babies are sleepy, they tend to get really fussy, and they're gonna cry or make some noises, or show you that they want to sleep. And that is the time that you take them to their crib or bed, whatever, and sing them, serenade them, or lull them, or do whatever means necessary to get them to sleep. Because if you don't get them to sleep, babies tend to get really uncomfortable, and they have to sleep when they're sleepy. So definitely the third point I would like to make, why babies cry or newborns cry, is because they're sleepy. Just get them to sleep any way you can. I usually take my little man and put him on my shoulder and pat him to sleep, which just does the job really fast. So yeah, get your baby to sleep any way you can. You can also use the baby rocker, or I would not recommend that, as it's sort of a bit risky. You can use the baby stroller around the room, just stroll them around, and it also gets them to sleep. Or you can just use a bassinet, or you can just take them on your shoulder or take them on your lap and just lullaby them to sleep, or swing them to sleep. So whichever way possible, just get them to sleep. That's about it. So there you go, the third basic reason why babies cry and how you can stop it. So these are, I guess, believe it or not, these are 3 very common reasons why this cry, and if you cover this up and you deal with this, 60% of your day would be handled. So yeah, the fourth point I would like to make, after all the major three points, which is wet diaper, hunger and sleepiness, which covers most of the part of why 60% of the day babies might cry and how you can fix it. But there is another major reason why they cry. If all of the other three are checked, is because of gas or colic problems. So as you might know, that's one of them. Another very common case we found why our baby was crying, because we used to feed him and we used to not make him burp properly. So as a result, all the gas used to stay inside his tummy and used to probably give him cramps and hurt probably, and it was really bad, and we were quite stupid not to realize that and not to do it properly. So the poor guy suffered a lot. I hate myself for that, but wish somebody told me before, or I actually studied this or actually looked it up just here like you guys are doing. But yeah, colic or gas is one of the reasons why they cry, and you can just fix it by getting the gas out, making them burp, or making sure they don't have long gaps of food, their feeding time are not long, so that they don't have any gas. And basically they're just new into this world, so their digestive system is not ready yet to get the gas out properly, clearly, so we need to help them out. So if you see your baby really fussing and in discomfort and you cannot stop the crying, it's probably because of gas. Get him on your shoulder and pat him slowly, or just put him on your shoulder, pat him slowly so he's upright, and he will just walk with him, just walk to and fro, and you'll see, you don't have to try hard, you don't have to pat him hard, just relax and gently, softly just pat him, and you'll see that he's passing a gas in no time. And if he has not passed a gas fast, you can just put him on prone position on your hand or your legs and try to just gently caress his back, or gently pat his back. But usually the first if you put him on your shoulder, that usually works. And if the gas is not an issue, the burp is not an issue, then he might have other colic problems. He might have stomach pain, stomach issues. So there are pediatric drops for that. You can get pediatric drops for babies for gas from the pharmacy, from the local dispensary. And also there's something you probably heard of, our seniors and our grandfathers and grandmothers using it, is gripe water. It's a myth or not, I don't know, but we tried it on our son and it worked. It does get them a bit sleepy, but when he was in a lot of pain and discomfort, it actually worked and helped him. So you can try that out, but make sure it's a good one and a safe one to use if you're planning to use gripe water. So yeah, that's it. Colic and gas is the fourth reason, or another major reason why your baby might cry. So yeah, that's basically it. There are many reasons. One of the four main reasons why your baby is crying, almost covering up to 60-70% of why our babies may cry. And the next ones I'm going to mention are just minor ones, and usually the minor and the less common reasons why they cry, but yeah, it's also a reason why they cry, so you can also check that out. So number 5 is basically your baby might just be in discomfort due to heat or other unusual environment. So since I'm living in Bangladesh, it's quite hot in this summer. My son was born in the winter, so he didn't experience that at first. He was quite comfortable, but even in the winter here he was sweating. But as soon as summer hit, he was really hard to control his crying, because as soon as he was in heat, he used to be uncomfortable and used to cry a lot. Not that much excessive crying like he did one of the other reasons I mentioned, but still he cried, and when we took him into the air-conditioned room, he again settled down. So you can check the temperature. You can check the temperature of the room and fix it and keep him in a cool place and make sure he or she doesn't, your baby doesn't sweat, or or is in a noisy or unusual environment, or there's a lot of dust. Also can make sure there's no dust, because babies are obviously allergic and to germs and dust and viruses. You must be careful of that. Definitely you gotta be careful of that. So yeah, please maintain the temperature of the room. And number 6 is that it's a common thing, and it's a very basic thing, but it's also one that's true with our son, is that my son can't stand being alone. Even if he's asleep, if we leave the room for 2 minutes, he just wakes up. He just somehow senses that we are not there. So basically, always keep an eye on them and don't leave them out of your sight. I would recommend you not to leave them out of sight. If you do keep them in a baby cot, that's okay, but we chose not to do that, but it's up to you. But usually our baby tries everything to get out of the cot if he's alone, so we prefer not to do that. So yeah, don't keep them alone, keep them company, and make sure to keep an eye on them. And they should not be crying, because they just want to see that you're there, and they want their security. That's about it for number 6. So another reason, number 7, is why babies make this. Well, they might be bored of lying down upright in one place, and they just simply want to get on your shoulders, or you want you to carry them and show them around. So this is very common for our son, because he barely likes to lie down, and barely lets us sit or lie down, and I have to always take him on my shoulder and carry him around and show him around. So yeah, if I don't show him, he usually cries or makes a scene, but it's not much. You can tell that it's not the wet diaper, hunger, or colic cry. It's just a different kind of cry, which is bearable, and you can tell that you can keep them from not doing it by either abiding by their wish, or you can just keep them as they are and make them play while they're sitting. And that's how you stop them from. You can distract them as well by toys if you don't want to carry them, or you can sit with your baby after you carry them and sit and watch TV or do work. Just be with them so they will not cry. So we are now at number 8, which is your baby can easily get startled by sudden loud noise, or if he sees someone quarreling or speaking loudly, they might get scared. So you have to be really quiet and calm, and make them put them in a quiet environment so that they're calm all the time and they get peace. And babies are obviously peaceful and want to play, and they get frightened easily by things that they're not used to, or any new things that they see. They're curious as well as frightened, so you have to be really careful, and we have to sometimes us quarreling or fighting or being aggressive can get them in a crying mood. So we must be careful to be quiet and calm and non-aggressive around our babies, because they're going to absorb and learn everything they see as well. So that's very important. So number 8 of how not to get your baby to cry, the reason is they get startled and scared by loud noises, unfamiliar behavior. So be calm, be quiet, and behave at your best so that they can learn the best behavior from you. So finally, second last, the 9th reason why your babies cry is simply because they're just in a bad mood, and you just need to play with them or distract them, stroll them around, and just do whatever to just divert their mind and get them back to a happy mood. I usually do this by playing with my son, or just taking him outside for a stroll, or taking him up to the rooftop, and he gets back to his normal mood, and it's just normal. So just babies can have a bad day and a bad mood just like all of us, and who knows, they're probably in a much worse mood, because who knows what they're feeling inside as everything is developing inside them. and their body is changing. So yeah, always pamper your baby, always love them, always hug them, kiss them, and communicate with them, talk to them as much as possible, and make them feel entertained, loved, and not lonely. So finally, the 10th and final part of why babies cry is, obviously, it could be due to any physical or any other discomfort inside their body, which obviously you would understand after you check for their diapers, and if you feed them and they don't have gas and they're not sleepy, and if they're not in any unusual environment, and everything's all right. So there must be, then you have to come to the conclusion that there is something probably upsetting your child, your baby, and you have to check it immediately with your pediatrician or therapist or your doctor as soon as possible. Never hesitate to do that. Call your doctor, see your doctor if you think, or your babies might have some problem physically or health wise, because you never know. Nothing is a false alarm. Even if there is a false alarm, you never take risks with your kid, with your baby. So please go and talk to the doctor immediately, or see a doctor immediately. It's kind of tough now in the pandemic, we are all aware, but at least nowadays doctors are available online through any social media platform or any online medium, virtual medium. So try those, that can help as well. If you're afraid to go into and being exposed, you can just try online or by phone. Anything would do. Just talk to them and get professional expertise and opinion, and go for it. There are times we had to see the doctor is when our son had gas issues and was not stopping, so we had to consult the doctor for the medicine we need for the pediatric drops for colic. For colic issue, we had to check with our pediatrician, and there was also a time when he had a fever, and that was due to him sweating and getting a congestion in his chest. So those are the 2 times we had to see a doctor, and they gave us medicines. There are always baby medicines, which is for pediatric medicines, which is for our babies. You can always get it in any dispensary store. So the doctor will prescribe it, and don't worry, the child will be healthy as new, inshallah. So these are the basically 10 reasons why as a new father I found that my baby, my son, who's 8 months now, going into 9 inshallah, used to cry for, and that's how we stopped it and stopped him from crying. So there you go. That's how you can basically hopefully spare your little one from some grief, and keep them in a very good mood, and you can also be happy. I hope this helped, and hope I didn't take much of your time. I really want to do more videos in the future, a full video with my video, but I think that depends on how you all react. I know I'm this is my first time ever. It's really bad, but do be kind to me and not hate much. I'm just trying and spreading my knowledge here. So yeah, do subscribe and comment if you think this was helpful. Thanks, keep safe, and keep your little ones safe and healthy as well. Ciao.